Welcome to the Journal Club podcast. Today we're going to be talking about an often taboo topic, which is aging. I think it's taboo because people tend to avoid the thought of dying because physical pain that's usually involved in death. But there's also a fear of losing all of the connection and all of the things that we have in life, and then moving on to this unknown stage where we live in each other's memories, and some believe that there is more to life after death. There's also a fear of looking older, getting wrinkles, and losing your ability to take care of yourself and losing your sex appeal. But as healthcare improves, the aging population is getting bigger and bigger. The number of people over 80 will triple between the year 2020 and 2050. Now, this population aging started in high-income countries, but now the middle-income and low-income countries are seeing the most change as their standards of healthcare increase. There are so many different conditions that are associated with aging, and these include hearing loss, cataracts, back and neck pain, osteoarthritis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, diabetes, depression, and dementia. The elderly are likely to experience multiple of these conditions at one time. And this is by no means an exhaustive list. After the age of 20, the brain myelinated axons decrease 10% every year, and macular degeneration can occur. And I just recently did an episode on this disease. Check it out in the description below. Aging increases the risk of cancer, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and stroke. About 2/3 of the population die from age-related causes. The reason evolution hasn't selected against these diseases, evolution selects for early survival and reproduction over the elimination of these diseases. And this is a concept that was first described by George Williams, and it's called antagonistic pleiotropy, where a mutation causes a benefit to survival and reproduction, but does not benefit the survival of the individual in the long term. Because the only thing that matters is the survival up to the time of reproduction. After that, there's no selective pressure or evolutionary pressure to get rid of these ailments. In doing my research for this podcast, I came across the term health span, which is contrasted to lifespan. Lifespan is the total length of your life, whereas health span is the healthy time frame of your life. And there are people that claim that health span is much more important than your lifespan because you want to prolong those happy and productive years of your life rather than prolong life to have years in a bedridden, uncomfortable state. And I can agree with this, although I think that there is natural aging and loss of vitality that is natural and that should be not only accepted but enjoyed. We slow down as we age, and that shouldn't be viewed as a bad thing because it's just not beneficial. There is no benefit to having a negative belief about being less athletic, gaining some wrinkles. Like, all of these things can be viewed in a positive way as a natural part of life. I think that health span may add some negative connotation with aging. I think the term or the use of the word health span can add some negativity to the whole concept of aging. There are two main categories of biological aging. One of the categories is the damage concept. The other mode of aging is the programmed concept. The damage concept happens through cellular damage because of exposures in our environment or because of our changes in our chemistry as we age. These are things like genome instability and mutations, losing proteostasis, which means the production and degradation of proteins, deregulated nutrient sensing pathways, mitochondria dysfunction, although reactive oxygen species from mitochondria does not necessarily contribute to aging. Senescence, where cells do not continue to divide, and this can be from telomere shortening. Stem cell exhaustion, intracellular communication, inflammation, DNA damage. Program factors include DNA methylation and shortened telomeres. Every time a cell divides, the telomeres are shortened, and telomeres are long sequences of repetitive DNA that are used for priming during replication. And in cell culture, human cells can only be replicated 50 times before they cease to divide. And when they cease to divide, they have reached a senescent state. So this is a program factor of aging that is true for all of our cells. A lot of our cells are still dividing, such as our skin cells. This is one easy way to understand why skin does not look the same at age 60 as it does at age 20. There's a lot of research out there on how to extend your health span or your lifespan, but much of the research isn't conclusive. Although I have found 2 factors that have been definitively shown to extend lifespan, and those 2 factors are smoking. As you probably know, smoking can cause lung cancer and has many other negative health effects. So no smoking can significantly extend lifespan. And the other factor is exercise. Regular exercise has been shown to maintain health. For one, it helps maintain your weight and calorie intake balance, and it also benefits the cardiovascular system. There's a lot of buzz about calorie restriction and how that has benefited model systems, but it hasn't been shown definitively to benefit humans. And it's not something I'm inclined to try, as I prefer to be well-nourished or well-fed so I can have more mental and physical energy in my life. And I just feel better when I eat. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Journal Club. Subscribe if you like what you're hearing. I'm still figuring out what my audience is and what I like to talk about. So stay tuned for some exciting changes in the future and stay well. Thanks, everyone.